What's up, everybody? I'm super excited to showcase to you guys an unboxing video and first real look at the CanFish Fishing Underwater Camera. Something new to try. I've been doing underwater cameras for a long time, so getting to test a new one out. We're going to do an unboxing and a little showcase of you guys on the water. See what you think. Come join us. All right, let's take a look at this camera. It comes in a really nice box with a well padded and organized container to keep the camera safe, as well as keeping all the extras together in a nice and easy fashion. You got your instructionals there, which gives you kind of a baseline of how to do this, staying in touch with them, instructional guide, which is really handy for how to charge it, for how to use it. Pretty darn cool there that they include that. There also is an introductory video you can watch on their YouTube channel for exactly how all the pieces work together. So you got two little boxes here, which is one to the charger on our left, and this one here on the right is actually the float. You'll see this blue float here. This is what you can utilize with the camera to do float fishing scenarios. I've done this in the past with some other brands. It's really cool to be able to get almost a float fishing setup. I really like the idea there. Here is your charger. Now, this is one of the most unique things that I really like, having had other cameras in the past. This one having this base charger where you don't have to go into the camera itself by any means. You can just plug the base on. This really is good for the camera in the sake that you are not going to run into issues at all with waterproofing, having the seal on one of the gaps have a problem, or worry about the SD card. Frankly, you are just going to be able to plug this in to the base to charge. You don't have to worry about anything else, and it's very easy to use. You have a slide button here that moves this forward. I'm just kind of checking out how it looks on both sides there. And you have that underlayer bar. That is the bar that you can tie on either end to one your hooks and the other your main line. So that slide switch there with the on and off, that's going to give you turning the camera on and kind of just looking at the camera here all together. Pretty cool. Again, the design is sleek. It's got some aerodynamics there with the way that the camera has the fins. We'll see how well they stabilize in the water. I know that with this float here, I really think there's a way to capture some really cool footage here this fall and into the winter. Now, what will be interesting to see on this camera, since we haven't seen anything first yet, but is how the sensor does for picking up the different various types of species we have out here in Washington and the Pacific Northwest, but also the water clarities. Because we have salt water, we also have fresh water, and that can play in its own self some really interesting ways to see turbidity-wise of the water clarity. But again, showcasing the base stance here. It uses a USB-C charging port. It comes with the base as well as its own charging cable. This is extremely simple. And I am going to set this up so we can charge it here and have this ready to go. We're going to leave it in overnight, and then we are going to take this off to the water and be able to see how well the camera does in the salt water. You can see the charging light is indicated there, and it is showcasing that we are underway to get this thing set up. Now, there is an app that you're going to want to download, and this is the CanFish app. This is going to be really helpful to not only seeing how the camera works, but starting and recording as well. It kind of gives you through this different little warranty card disclaimer on some different things. You can take a peek here, but we're kind of just going to look through and glance at the moment. The video they have on YouTube is very helpful to how to get everything set up and started. This gives you kind of just a first look. The card there gives you a little more details on exactly how to use it, but what I'm excited about is getting an opportunity for a camera that can be diverse. This can go freshwater, saltwater. This can do trolling. This can do float fishing based on everything it's saying here. So this is a very versatile camera, and we're going to test it out here in the saltwater. Now here's a cool part, seeing this in the saltwater. You got the Wicked lure here, one of my favorite lures to troll with. And we're in the middle of salmon season. You can see one really nice coho salmon right there. This is probably 45 feet down. And being in Puget Sound, there is not a lot of clarity in the waters at times. And this was a day that while we did have some sun, for it to be this clear in the picture quality on the deeper side of things, I was actually very pleased with. We're trolling about 5 miles an hour, so that's why you can kind of see the camera rotating a little bit. And it's really cool. Here we go. A really, really nice salmon comes right up behind the lure there. Unfortunately, backs off, but we're seeing some really cool stuff on just the first try out. So you let me know what you think. An underwater fishing camera brings a whole new world to view as an angler. A lot of cool things to take a peek at, and with the features this one has, we're going to check out some fall 2024 action on the river with the float fishing setup. You saw us using it for trolling. It's going to be cool to see what we can capture. Stay tuned with us. There's a lot more ahead, but that's our first look at this camera. And if you want to see in the video description below where you can pick it all up, it'll be linked below. Take care, guys. Tight lines and fish on.